It's TikTok review time. Let's see what's up.
Yeah, no career texting. If we're gonna meet, let's meet. And if not, then that's okay. We can be friends.
No man wants to be your friend. I
I
said
am
that
so annoyed
yesterday.
right now. I just have to vent to you guys. So, like 2 days ago,
You don't have to, but you are.
TikTok on dating mistakes I've made, and I used a scenario of something that happened to me. Okay, and I kept the details pretty close to how they were. And so the person it happened with, ghosted me. That's the bottom line,
Uh-huh.
which is fine. So I did a
No, it's
TikTok
not.
on it, and I
No, it's not. Otherwise, you wouldn't have done a TikTok on it. It hurts your ego. Women hate getting ghosted. Men don't like it, but women, I found out, y'all. Geez, I've had ladies like just really tell me like, how do I solve this? Like, you don't. You just. Yeah. Anyway.
prefaced by saying, make sure you don't waste more than 3 or 4 days on a person before they make a date because you want to seal the deal. You don't want to wait like a month before you actually go on the date because if the
No, let me tell you something. Men don't. Men are direct. So men that are leaders, like what ladies like, men that are assertive, men that take risk, men that are, independent, dominant, goal directed, ambitious. All these things that women like that are emotionally strong, that are courageous, that are respected by other men. They make dates quick. So in turn, A plus B equals C. So if those guys are the one, if that's the traits that women like, then a goal-directed man, a guy that's taking risks, is going to make a date fast. So that kind of signals to you, oh, okay. So if he's waiting and playing it safe and just talking to you, having these I always read in the profiles of women, I like deep conversation. You do not like deep conversation. You like attention, and you don't like to be bored. But anyway, so if he's waiting too long to make a date, there's two things I think I've addressed them before. One, he's in Lagos, Nigeria, and you're talking to a 15-year-old boy because that's what they, or you're talking to an Indian male or a Pakistani male, that they're trying to scam you, you know. Um, those are ones that won't make dates, obviously, because they're not here in America, and they'll talk to you for 6 months to a year building rapport, So they got all the time in the world. That's their job. And then the second thing is a guy who is either got too many women or he's just scared or he's married and he just wants to titillate himself by talking to you, right? Anyway, you don't want any of those guys anyway. So go after the goal-directed men. They will ask you on a date. If they really like you and they're really into you, they'll ask fast.
ghost or something happens and you don't meet them, you wasted 4 weeks plus of your
Well, and that's exactly why, I instruct men to get on the app, say, hey, how you doing? This is, Bob. Nice to meet you. Wanted to reach out and introduce myself. And hey, Bob, how's it going? This is Cindy. How you doing today? Cindy, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Hey, here's my phone number. Text me so we can make a plan to get together. And what you're doing there is to see if she'll follow, the PUA is called compliance instruction. But if she likes you, she'll follow your lead and she'll text you. And now if she comes off the text, you can even say call. You can call her, depending on how your schedule is. And when she texts you, sometimes you can call them back. And that's bold, right? But either one, but have an idea where you want to go and just say, just say, pick a day, or you can pick 2 days, whatever. You say, hey, let's go on a date Friday, 7 o'clock work. If Friday doesn't work, I can do Thursday at 6, whatever. And then if the more she likes you, the more she'll accommodate what you led the date to. And then, okay, we're meeting at Billy Bob's 123 Main, and we'll have one drink or whatever. We'll have an ice cream.
so long story short, I was over the whole thing. I'm at work today. I'm in the middle of work
Yeah,
and I
you
get
seem like you're over it doing a TikTok on it.
a message in my phone, a text message. And guess who? Guess who it's from? Yep, the person I did the TikTok about. And he slides in with, hey, I really like you. Can we talk later?
That's sounds like Lagos, Nigeria. Is he in the military?
It's like, wait, what?
Well, it depends on how hot he is. If he's hot enough, she'll say yes.
Excuse me, sir? Are you the person who decided to ghost me like the day before we had a whole date plan?
Rejection builds obsession. Yeah, she's gonna let him back in.
Anyway, so I say that I'm busy and I can't talk now because I'm working. And he proceeds to send me this message. Oh, so you got busy after making all those plans with me about where we were going to meet.
I just got
I get it. And I'm just like, dude.
No, I mean, first of all, here's the thing. That's what he sent. First of all, he doesn't need to be explaining to you anything. You know, that's bitch right there. I just got busy. It wasn't intentional. Right now, because you know it's bullshit, right? So why even send that? You know, if you're upset, you know, and you're saying, did you ghost him? You just ignore it. Just ignore that from the woman, guys. I'm teaching guys here. He said, why'd you ghost me? Hey, let's just meet. You know, just say, well, if you still like to get together, we'll go Friday, 6 o'clock. Just bypass that whatever, you know. And or answer it really like I had things going on. So anyway, but Friday, just really sidestep it. You know, had things going on. But anyway, I'm finally free, so let's go. You know, boom. You don't have to say you're busy because everybody knows you ain't that busy to pick up the phone and you know, hey, text I'm busy. That don't take long.
I liked you better when you ghosted me.
Exactly. And you know why? Because you showed your bitch right there. You showed you're a bitch. When you ghosted her, you had status. She was, that shows kind of you're demonstrating I'm higher status than you. I don't even have to call you back, right? I'm ghosting you. Then when she breaks your balls about it, you go ahead and make an excuse, which then she's like, oh, I'm better than this guy. He's explaining to me, I mean, little me about, you know, so she saw you ended up getting, you know, you weren't the leader she thought you were.
So some women over 50
Pretty.
aren't single because nobody wants them. They're single because they don't settle. They don't.
No, that's all. That's cope cliche. No, and the don't settling is, you're shooting for Alpha Chad and you're saying I don't settle, but Chad ain't gonna settle either. You know, so you're dating the guys that you want don't want you, and the guys you don't want, you know, want you. You know, so you got some. You know, I mean, you're very pretty. You see the other makeup. But, you know, it depends on what you know, yeah. But maybe take the ego down a little bit. I mean, dude, you know, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. I don't want to be kind of, but we all kind of have to realize what our, you know, some guy, if you want a supermodel, some guys go, you know what, I'm not that attracted to get a supermodel, whatever, right? And it's okay. You could settle. I mean, trust me. I don't want to be mean or whatever. I'm just saying, do we all think that we're the supermodel that, you know, but yeah, anyway, it's yeah. Anyway, that's a cope because Alpha Chad you can't lock him down, and you're going on dates with Beta Bob, and he's pretty cool, but you know you have to settle with Beta Bob. So you're kind of in the middle. The men that you want don't want you. The men that you don't want you, and that's kind of
minimum.
That's what dating apps have done.
They don't want low effort.
Bare minimum low effort is Alpha Chad. He can do that. And you go out with Alpha Chad and you get mad that he, you know, did low effort, but you know, Beta Bob ain't, dude, these simps out here, the foodie days, they've been rolling out the red carpet, you know, getting their ass handed to them. So the bare minimum has come from Alpha Chad, which you guys, you know, go ahead and do gladly.
And I don't want any of that.
Yeah, you do.
So I'm single. Trust me. Men want me. I just don't want them if they're low effort.
Men, yes, but the men that want you, you don't want. That's the problem. You got 1,000 people in your inbox throwing dick at you, but you don't want any of those dicks. That's what women don't seem to understand is they see men in abundance. I'm not going in hard on women. I'm just saying they see men in abundance. When you see 1,000 dudes in your inbox going after you for sexually, it's like, oh, I get it, and you kind of think, well, I'm definitely wanted, and so, but what you don't realize is you don't want any of those guys. So, if the guys that you want ain't in your inbox, or ain't answering back, or ain't treating you the way you want to, then you ain't got any guy that, you know what I'm saying? Unless you want them, It's what are we talking about? So yeah, I mean, there's women will always have guys that want them. And men will get rejected, all the time, because women are born to be what do they call it? Eugenics. You're our mate selectors, and you keep the good genes in the gene pool because you weed out the bad ones.
I'm not sitting around anymore like I did maybe many years ago, just wanting somebody. I'm wanting someone that doesn't.
Well, like when you had a crush when you were 21, what? You're not just sitting around. What are you doing? Going out with guys that you don't like, and making them pay for dates and not sleeping with them. I
have an older child now. I mean, she's not super old, but I can come and go as I want. I can do whatever. I can go out.
I love women that say this stuff. We don't care about that, dude. That's so what? And by the way, even if you had a younger child, you probably could find a day or two out of the week. It's, can we go back to your house? Can we bang like really loud? I don't want to be going in with your 10-year-old kid or your 13-year-old daughter because I mean that's off limits. I'm not supposed to be there. I'm not supposed to be. You're not supposed to. Can we go in? I used to joke with women on the dating apps. I would say, do you have kids? And they'd be like, yep, I got one more. He's almost out the house. Got another year in high school. Well, then more than likely we could be together a year. But okay, well, all I'm asking for is. I was asking because I want to know if we can go to your place to bang or my place to bang.
I want somebody that's going to emotionally destroy me. I want peace. I want happiness. I want fun.
Beta Bob can't emotionally destroy you because you don't get emotionally invested in a Beta Bob. Women are great at not giving a damn about a guy they don't like, right? So you get emotionally invested in Chad, who dumps you. Really, this is all once again. These are ghosts of Alpha Chad. All this is Alpha Chad. I want to go back just a little bit. See, she said I was.
So I'm single. Trust me. Men want me. I just don't want them if they're low effort. I'm not sitting around anymore like I did maybe many years ago, just wanting somebody. I'm wanting someone that doesn't disrupt my peace. I have an older child now.
Alpha Chad will disrupt your peace, and that's okay. It's that, Alpha Chad, there's been too many of those. You're kind of tired of it. But that's what's disrupting your peace because you know what that feels like. That's why you're saying it, And he disrupts your peace because he's got options. Like I said, no woman wants, a faithful beta, Women will rather share a proven alpha than be with a faithful beta. That's the concept that we're going over right now, Beta Bob, this is not, you're acting like, every man's the same. Beta Bob, consistency, you're not going to emotionally invest. He could be like, okay, I'm dumping you tomorrow. You're like, okay.
Not super old, but I can come and go as I want. I can do whatever. I can go out. I don't want somebody that's going to emotionally destroy me. I want peace. I want happiness. I want fun. And I'm not going to settle for less at this point in my life. Do I get lonely sometimes?
Well, it depends on what your fun is. Because if you like Alpha Chad, your fun will be backing it up on him. Your fun will be twerking that, bam, 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 sucking that Gluck, Gluck, Gluck 1000. We want to hear that, because if you're really attracted to us sexually, and we're your alpha bang, both of our funds will align. But if your fun is live concerts, I like to go on, I was thinking of those things, zip gliders or whatever. Skiing, traveling. Well, that's not what's fun for men.
Sure. But am I going to settle for something I don't want? Absolutely not. I am going to settle when it's with a...
And here's the thing. All this talk about not settling, you kind of think you're settled. You're going to... Because someone who doesn't settle just doesn't settle. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like the badass, shooter, pistol shooter. It's like, he doesn't, hey, everybody, I'm going to be badass. I'm going to go over here. No, he's just going to show his target. Like, here it is, guys. Or the basketball player can make tons of baskets. I'm going to go out, I'm going to score a bunch of... No, he's just going to go out and score them.
That matches my energy, that makes me feel happy and loved and secure. That's the only way I'm going to settle. And that's not settling. That's being with somebody who values you, respects you, and wants you.
No, it's not. It's you value them more than they value you. I mean, when you really value a guy, that's when you look at him with those eyes, you give him that gaze, you smile at him. Otherwise, you guys are a pain in the ass for men. Those are the men you destroy because you don't like those men. You need the alpha bang, and that's what that's what ladies gotta learn. But you got to really perform for them because there's competition for them. That's what the thing is. I mean, everybody wants the guy you want.
All right, let's talk about it.
All right.
Not there. Let's
I
talk
like it.
about it.
I like
Ladies,
glasses.
you have a guy who invites you out on a date.
Uh-huh.
And after the date, is it you who says thank you for taking me out, or are you waiting for him to invite you out on the second date?
Well, it depends. And once again, it depends. Women don't treat all men the same. And if he's Alpha Chad, you thank him by a Gluck Gluck 9000. You thank him by swallowing. You thank him by getting on it. I mean, women know this. I mean, I don't know if they, acting stupid or just, playing stupid, because, I mean, I'm not being rude, but that's how women thank you. They show you they say, look, I'm going to move into your frame, sir, because you are so damn hot. And I'm thanking you for being a badass. Not thanking us for the date. You're thanking us for allowing us you're thanking us for giving you our time. Because you can see we are super badass. And we may be gone tomorrow. So you want to let us know, I really appreciate this, and I hardly ever do this. And I believe so because it's true. And like I say, women, I used to, when I was heavy dating, I had a nice apartment, and I would go back to my apartment. And I kind of smiled inside because there was always this point in the hallway. It's kind of far. And it was a certain point, and they'd always go, I don't normally do this. And I was like, I know. And that's, because they're going to have sex with you on the first date. And they'd always say, right about this, like a certain, threshold. I was like, yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, I don't normally do this. Oh my God. And they act all, oh my God. But really, and I respect that because what they're saying is, and they're being honest, they don't normally do that, right? But all women don't know, you know what I'm saying? So, but what they're saying is you're special, sir. And that's just what they're saying, and I appreciate it.
And let's ask the men. You're dating someone. Let's say you've been dating them for a while, and she pays for you. Could be big or small, cup of coffee or a nice meal. Do you say thank you?
Come on, man. This is dumb. Because here's the thing. I mean, I don't know if she's ever dated someone badass. Because, I've dated some super badass women. Super badass. And that's why I love them. And I didn't care, and I could tell they didn't care. If they paid for something, they wanted to see me happy. This is what most, I mean, and again, I don't know if she's ever been this person. And guys that haven't experienced this think that I'm talking crap or I'm just making stuff up. Or I'm trying to flex. No. Women that really like you will pay, they get happy when they pay. They want to see me happy. It's amazing when you date a girl. That's why I tell men, and let me make a point to the men listening. Do not date anyone that doesn't have high interest in you. And you're going to have to talk to more women. You got to work harder, but you will have better dates. And because the dates you've had bad, man, let me understand. I had to learn this myself, was the ones I complained about. If I ever complained about dating or, oh my God, it's so bullshit out here, and I'm, she made me do this and I had to do that. No, those were the ones that didn't have interest in me or had medium to low interest. You only want to deal with high interest. They make your life wonderful. They love doing stuff for you. They don't matter, and it doesn't matter what y'all do. You see on these dating apps, take me on a proper date. I mean, dude, stay away from that, or show me around the city. I'm adventurous. Show me around the city, Anyway.
Talk about appreciation and love.
The way women show appreciation and love is they get on the dick. I'm being honest. And that's men would get on that dick and show me what's up. Give me the extra glut glut. Seriously. And that's what we're easy as men. And as a woman, you know this already.
Relationships or dating.
It is absolutely true. If he wanted to, he would. If he wanted to call you, he'd call. If he wanted to FaceTime, he would FaceTime you. If he wanted to rearrange his calendar in the middle of the week.
No. We're different though, And see that you got this masculine energy, and it's unfortunate. It's a really pretty lady there. Beautiful. But the thing is that, if you get the man that you want, and he is wanted by others, and he's, a high value man, meaning, you see other women wanting him, and he's hot, and sexy, and he's getting you feeling some kind of way. That man's gonna have options, and he's gonna be a leader, right? And because he's gonna have all the traits, and you're not gonna be able to push him around, right? So if he's busy that week, he's busy. He's not gonna change his schedule around. You're gonna change your schedule around because you want a man that's a leader. So when the big bad wolf comes knocking at that door with a pistol and a knife, but one's got a knife and one's got a pistol, am I making you go to that door, or am I going to that door? Because if you're going to that door, then okay, I'll change the schedule around, and make sure you put the seat down because I got pee sitting down. Do you want a man pee sitting down? You can emasculate a man and hold his balls, or you can have a man in your house that goes when the big bad wolf comes and knocking. Your man's out there fighting and putting that wolf in a chokehold, and you're cheering him on. Go, daddy! Go, daddy! So that man's not going to change his schedule. He's not. He got busy and wasn't able to text you, but he's respectable enough to say, "Hey, I got busy." So if you wanted to, you will. You're a shapeshifter. Women are shapeshifters, and that's good. Women are followers. God made this right. God did not make any mistakes. He made us compliments. Because if we're both leading, then we're going to be butting heads all day. And some feminists told you that's what you needed to do, And a lot of times, a lot of people grew up in single mom homes, and your single mom told you this is how you're supposed to act. Like a big baller, sounding like a man, but that was wrong, and she didn't learn how to be feminine. So we have a lot of women with masculine energy, and a lot of men with feminine energy, right? But every woman, no matter how feminist you are, no matter how much bad big baller you are, you want that man, that strong warrior, Conan Barbarian man, to sit down and be quiet. I got this. Really calm, really confident. You're like, okay, daddy, I will.
He would rearrange his calendar. So I gotta go because somebody wanted to.
Another theme here is the difference between someone
that
saying
was
they want a
good.
relationship and actually behaving like they are ready for one. A lot of these women are not asking for perfection. They are asking for consistency. One woman said she wants momentum. She wants to feel wanted.
Dude, so many men, we're so forgiving. Like you ask a guy, hey, do you want a fitness model girlfriend or wife? They're like, no. But like, who's the most popular? The OnlyFans girl. It's always the average chick. Because they want a girl that they can get. The girl next door, the Jennifer Aniston. That's usually what a man wants because all he wants is a nice girl that can fit into her clothes decently. And doesn't have to go to a specialty store. And they're proud to kind of hang out with a cute girl. We don't ask for much.
She wants to feel like if the date went well, there's some kind of follow through. And I understand that. Because if someone waits 10 days to reach out after a good date, technically, maybe they're busy. Maybe life happened.
No, they're not busy. They're just not interested. We went over that one.
But emotionally, it can kill the excitement before anything even starts.
Well, there's no miscommunication in dating. You should read that. They didn't call me in 10 days. As a man, then you don't deal with anybody that doesn't have high interest. And as women, you got to work harder for that person if you want them to call back and figure out what you're missing.
Dating over 50 gets complicated. A lot of people are balancing careers, grown children, divorce history, health, family obligations, and emotional baggage. So yes, people have lives. But if someone is genuinely interested...
I know from guys, I'll tell you this, and I've told other ladies I've dated, and they want advice. I mean, the biggest thing you can do, ladies, I've said it already. I'm not trying to be fit, be freaking fit, And if you want to max, like guys looks max, that ain't easy. Guys are doing that because they want girls. It's heavy competition. But fitness, a girl I don't care if you're 60, 50, dude, you can beat a girl who's 21 if you're in maximum fitness because that is so rare. And guys love a woman who's fit. And one of the reasons is, and I talked to a psychiatrist about this, and she said one of the reasons is because those fit people are aware of their body, so they're usually good sexual partners because they're very aware of how their body moves, how their body feels, and so they're better sexual partners.
Most people want to feel some kind of effort. Not obsession, not pressure, not constant
Do one
texting,
more.
but effort. A message, plan, a clear next step. Something that says, I enjoyed you and I would like to see where this goes. Without that, it becomes confusing. And then you have people who are on dating apps while apparently already getting serious with someone else.
Yeah.
That one story where the man says he decided to get serious with the person
Oh, come on. Women are talking to 10 dudes at a time. It's part of the problem.
he's seeing, and he did not think it would be respectful to do what he wanted to do with her, was honestly a lot. Because on one hand, at least he admitted it before anything happened.
No, actually, he was hoping that was a beta male way. He was hoping she'd say, that's okay, we can do it. He was trying to reverse psychology. It was really beta. It was really indirect.
On the other hand, she did not even know she was almost being put in that position. And that is the weird part about apps. You do not always know who is actually single, who is casually browsing, who is emotionally
Women are never
unavailable,
single.
who is already entertaining someone, or who is just
All women are entertaining someone. When you're talking to them on an app, all of them. Every single one of them. Every single one of them.
options. So when people say dating feels exhausting after 50, this is what they mean. It is not just the date itself.
Guaranteed. Every single woman you get, and they can deny it, but I would say once we start talking on the dating app, prove it. Let me see your phone. Give me your phone. You know, they'd be like, oh, hell no. Come on. Every one of them.
It's the mental sorting. Who is serious? Who is bored? Who is honest? Who is still healing? Who is using the app for attention? Who is
Women.
actually available?
100% of women
That
are
is
using
a
it for
lot of
attention.
emotional admin for people who are already grown and tired.
Pull up a chair, darling. We need to talk about
Oh, yeah?
adult dating.
Oh,
Lord
really?
have mercy. There's
Oh,
a lot
really?
to say. Nobody tells us about the apps.
Oh, yeah, you love them apps, man. All the ladies love that. No one tells you about the apps? Well, what's there to tell? You got 1,000 dicks rolling in a week. You know, you got all these hot dudes there. Most of them are going to pump and dump. You know, so I don't know what you want me to tell you. Everyone's experienced the same thing. You can go on to Facebook dating to have you date this man or the T app because all y'all dating the same guy.
Everybody sits us down and says, honey, you are going to see a picture of a man's boat and...
Come on, why do we gotta do this? I mean, just men could say, well, you're gonna see headshots and 8 headshots and they're just wearing different hairstyles or whatever, and she's gonna be huge when you meet her. You're gonna go to a date and she's gonna leave, you know, and you're gonna be holding the bill, and she's gonna want a take-home meal for her, you know, her son and her boyfriend. You know, so I mean, you know, you have 100 coffee dates that go nowhere. Yeah, so.
his sports car and maybe something else before you even know his last name or hear his voice. Were you ready for that?
I mean, ladies, you banged a guy in a bar before probably, you know, in the bathroom stall, and you're acting, I mean, y'all act so prude. I'm being serious, like, I used to work a bar for security. Girls were doing it in the bar all the time. Yeah, so, before you know it was like, dude, they didn't even know his first name.
And I speak from experience. That's the difference.
Oh, I know you
We
do.
can talk about that if you want to. But for today, the receipt is on adult dating.
Mm-hmm.
From my experience is
Mm-hmm.
we are all tempted to go into a situation when we bring all of our baggage and our scars and our...
You don't bring any of that stuff when he's hot enough because you don't want to ruin it. You bring all your baggage and scars to Beta Bob, who you really don't like, and he's kind of disgusting you, and so you remind you of all the other betas that, you know, you had to deal with or whatever. But dude, and here's the thing I said, women know how to behave and they know how to misbehave. There are no scars with Alpha Chad because you know if you get crunk with them, then he's going to run you off, and you know he can get someone in 5 minutes. That solves everything. I mean, the Alpha Chad, the Alpha Bang, you know, the guy you want to bang right away. If you get the vajayjay tingles and the wetness in that area, you know, and you look healthy enough to be able to still do that, but you know, that's how you solve all that.
and our past relationship issues forward and we go into a new situation, it's very tempting to unload all that and unpack it over a Caesar salad the first time we meet somebody.
Well, see,
Don't do that.
you're with Beta Bob. Beta Bob took it for a Caesar salad. Chad is having you toss his salad.
It's not okay
or Alpha Tyrone or Alpha Enrique or Alpha Muhammad.
for you, and it's not okay for them. And that doesn't matter.
I
if
meant
you're a man or
Caesar
a woman
salad.
watching this. Don't do it. It's not healthy. Before you move on with something new, you need to be in a place where you're not compelled to unpack the past on them. Unpack the past with yourself. So
No, just don't go out with Beta Bob that you half-ass like. And so, you know, and when he sneezes, you're like, oh my God, I gotta sneeze. I hate the way you sneeze.
no, file it away, seal it up, and then move forward with someone new. Because that's the only way we're going to build a healthy relationship with
No. We need some of these ladies to stop banging out for Chad even on Slow Tuesdays and start, hanging out with some of these other nice guys out here. I mean, I guess I don't care, I'm happy.
Let me know how you feel about online dating.
Well, I will right now. We all walked away. And I want to tell, this might be an old, I don't know. Men walked away. I wanted to get off. And I heard another content creator, Modern Life Dating. I like him. John. I like his channel a lot. He said he had a very good, he had very good, basically said, and he was big, he used to have a course where he, taught you how to do dating apps. And he's like, everybody, everybody's telling you to get off. All the good men, because of, and I talked about it yesterday, and I'll stop this, but because so many, especially men and women too, you hear the stuff she's talking about, but there's no trust. Men have been foodie dated. Men have been, 90% of women just want validation and attention. So, men are like, screw this, Then men saw that Alpha Chad was getting, what the kind of treatment Alpha Chad was getting. And they're like, wait a minute, so these girls will just hook up? And so men found out that girls were just hooking up on dating apps, and the good girls left, and so now it's, now it's a lot of hookup girls, and, and then a lot of the good guys left, well, all the good guys left pretty much, and now all you got are the guys, LARPing, nice guy.
You feel about dating in general.
So everybody needs to get off of it. Then you need to up your game. It's going to be harder. It's going to be a lot harder than dating apps as far as how competitive you need to be. You're going to need to up your style. And men are going to need, you're going to need to up your fitness. Because meeting in person, they can see you. You can't be doing this, curating a profile bullshit, and which is good. We're going to have to take rejection on the chin. But it's okay. Because it's like, what's that? It's fool's gold. What we thought was this awesome dating app. There's these single guys and single girls, and if they say no and I get rejected, I'm not really talking to them anyway. And I know that they're here to date because they're on the app, as opposed to in public. You see a girl in the park, like, I don't know if she has a boyfriend. I don't know if she's here, working. I don't know if I should go up to her. I might bother her, But on the address, they're here on the app. They're here to date. But then you text them and they're like, I'm working right now. Or whatever. Or I'm not, or you don't realize they're not there to date. So anyway.
A person past a certain age. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, me too. See you tomorrow.